Welcome, dear students. Let's once again continue with lesson number 6. This is simple animation with Scratch. We have already get introduced with Scratch in previous lesson where we come to know about the Scratch interface. This is the Scratch interface where we are having different sections. Let's start from the left. On the left, this section is known as the block section. Block means where we are having different number of instructions. Like under the motion, we will get the instructions that are related to the movement of the sprite. So here we are having different instructions. Similarly, if I want to take sound, then I will click on the sound block, and then all the instructions related to the sound will come under the sound block. So this on the left side, this is the block area where we will get different number of blocks. Next section is the instruction that comes under a specific block. After that, there is a section which is known as the script area. Script area means an area where we write the script. Now what is script? Script is basically the collection of instructions. These are the different instructions. So whenever I want to use any instruction, then I simply drag this instruction and I'll drop into this area. When the multiple number of instructions are dragged, and then these instructions get joined together to make a script or a program. So the section where we keep these instructions together is known as the script area. And when we combine different number of instructions together, then it becomes a script or a program. Next section is the stage. Stage is the area where we can see the performance of different activities, where we can run the program or the execution of the program can be seen. Now the different activities are performed by these sprites. This cartoon character is known as the sprite. So the different number of the command given by the program is performed by the sprite. So these different cartoons on the stage are known as the sprite. Below this stage section, there is the sprite info window. Info window means where we will get the information about the different sprites. Means how many sprites I have taken in this program, it will be listed here. After that, there are the different information also about the sprite, like what is the name of the sprite, the size of the sprite, and the position of the sprite. So different information we will get from this section. Next, there is a button. This button is used to select is used to get the new sprite. If I want to take any new sprite, then I will click here and then I'll move to the sprite area. Sprite library, sorry. This is the sprite library where we will get the different kinds of the sprites. It can be people, it can be animal, or it can be any other objects also. Another method to take out a sprite is the using paint method, and in this lesson we will learn this paint method in detail. So let's come back to the lesson. Let's have a look on learning outcomes. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to plan and sequence the steps of a Scratch program. I'll tell you the meaning of sequence. Sequence means line by line. Next is use appropriate blocks, motion, pen, events, and control to write the program. Then third, change the backdrop of the stage. Backdrop is basically the background of the stage. The picture on the stage is known as the backdrop, and we can select this picture by clicking on the right lower corner. This is the button where when we click, then after clicking it, we will get the different number of backdrops. Again, we can choose a backdrop from the library also. This is the library where we can get different kinds of backdrops. Or we can paint a new backdrop also. So we will learn this paint method in detail in this lesson. Now let's read the lesson. Tejas and Jyoti play a game as Moz looks on. The name of the game is Akash, Bhumi, Patal and Pakshi. The actions are Akash. Akash means raise both hands up. Now this is the Akash. Next, Patal, when both hands down. This is the Patal pose when both hands are down. Then Pakshi, hands to sides flap. This is the Pakshi pose where Jyoti is having her hands on both the sides and she is flapping them. Tejas gives a sequence. Akash, Bhumi, Patal, Pakshi. Now what is the sequence? Sequence means one by one. Means Tejas have given instruction to Jyoti to perform first Akash pose. After that Bhumi, then Patal pose and then Pakshi pose. Then Jyoti does the actions in the sequence, means in the same line as the instructions given by Tejas. First she performed Akash pose, then Bhumi pose, then Patal and then finally Pakshi pose. Next page. Tejas gives another sequence. Bhumi, Akash, Pakshi, Patal. Jyoti does the actions but the sequence of two of them wrong. Now what the instruction given by Tejas was Bhumi, Akash, Pakshi and Patal. But she performed but she performed the not the same poses, she interchanged them. So here the this is not the Pakshi pose, this is Patal pose and this is Pakshi pose, not the Patal pose as instructed by Tejas. Then Tejas, oh, you got the sequence wrong. Then Mose, this is an interesting game. We have learned how to draw sprites using Paint Editor in lesson 3. We can also draw costumes for a sprite using the same. Here we will use the existing images of Jyoti performing the sequence as costumes. I told you that the meaning of costume is different number of appearances or poses of the sprite. So here these are the different four poses. These are the poses or costumes for Jyoti. Now next page, page number 24. Paint editor has to create or edit a costume. Now we are having the costume in two modes. One is your vector mode and this is the bitmap mode. We need not to go in detail with these two modes as these are not the part of our syllabus to go in detail. We just simply go through the different number of buttons we are having in these two different modes.